Is my best friend toxic? Something just feels weird. And number one may actually surprise you. Hey guys, it's Sierra Angelique, and thank you for clicking on this video. As you can see from the title and the intro, this is about friendships, specifically female friendships. That's what today's video is about. The top 10 most toxic traits in a friendship. Just like in relationships, it's really easy to be in denial about your friends, right? You might have had a long time, you might have known them for years, right? Maybe you feel like you know them better than anybody else. They have your best interests at heart. They wouldn't be jealous of you. They're not that kind of person. The truth of the matter is we have all been naive at some point when it comes to our friends. And that is just what it is. We are so quick to talk about the red flags in men, which, don't get me wrong, I'm going to talk about that too, just not on this video. We don't ever want to talk about the toxic traits or the red flags in our friends. So let's just jump right into number 10. So coming in at number 10, we all know this friend. We have all experienced this specific girl. And you know what I'm about to say. The friend that is male-centered. Yes, everything is about a guy. Every single thing is about a guy. This is the friend that is only talking to you, hanging out with you, or being around you in any kind of way when she is single. And let me say this because I want to make sure I clear up any misconceptions when it comes to this specific one, right? Number 10. When you're in a relationship, you have every right to get to know the guy that you're with. And your friend has got to respect the boundaries there. So this is not me saying that just because you get in a relationship, you are not supposed to get to know this guy and you're not supposed to spend time with him, etc. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you have got to pick up on your patterns, right? So if every single time you get in a new relationship, you cut your friends off. And when I say cut off, you're ghost. No calls, no text, you're gone. That is a huge red flag. Now, the good thing about this is that if you are the kind of woman that is open to constructive criticism and you are not somebody that just takes offense to everything, this should be something that your friend should be able to come and talk to you about and say, hey, I don't like the fact that every time you get in a new relationship, I noticed that you go ghost. And I was wondering if you could change that or just get a little better at it. You should be able to take that and say, you know what, just reflect on it and say, you know what, she's right. I should get better at staying in contact with my friends. I shouldn't make my universe be wrapped around this guy, okay? I should still make time for the other people that I love. That is okay. Again, I just want to make it very clear because I am the kind of girl, right? I will never lie. I will never ever lie to you guys. I am the kind of girl that definitely, my husband is my best friend. And especially if when we were first dating, we're dating. We're going to go do things. We're talking on the phone, getting to know each other. But the difference is going ghost, being a nobody. Like you are gone in the wind. They don't hear from you. You don't do anything with them anymore. They are literally cut all the way off because you got in a relationship. You don't want to be that girl. So coming in at number 10 is male-centered women. Huge toxic trait to have. So coming in at number 9, women that have kids, but never have their kids, ever. Listen, as a mom of almost 5, don't get it twisted. Nothing is wrong with having a kid-free weekend or having kid-free moments where you are just spending time alone or spending time with your friends or significant other. Definitely not saying that at all. But it is when you literally never ever have your kids or your child or whatever. You're literally just out here. You are YOLO. Your whole life is not revolved around your kids. It is around being outside, okay? That's a no-no. At some point, it's just like, when are you going to actually focus on your kids? A lot of these specific types of women have kids that are running around out of control. They are running around out of control, and they grow up to be kids that are just incredibly frustrated because they feel like they didn't get any time with their parent. Okay, so this could be, I'm specifically talking about women. I was going to say this could be man or woman, but I'm specifically talking about the woman. You want to make sure that you're spending some time with your kid. And it could be anything. I'm saying spending time at home, spending time doing stuff. It doesn't matter, but just spending some time with them. If your whole life revolves around everything else or just revolves around being outside, to me, in my opinion, that's a toxic trait. That's a red flag. Coming in strong at number 8, encouraging bad behavior. This is the friend that encourages you to literally stay in bullshit. This friend encourages you to stay in drama. They want to see you self-sabotage. Again, we have all had this friend. Listen, I see it all the time on social media where there will be people that are into it with somebody, there's something going on, and they will be the friends or the relatives that are literally egging on for you to do something that is like absolutely batshit crazy, or just like wanting you to be in something. Now I get this is all circumstantial, by the way, so I'm not saying that this has to be literally the case for everybody. It depends on the circumstances, but for the most part, if you're noticing that there's always this one person that's encouraging you to do some shit that could potentially get you locked away or killed, you should take a second look at, is this person really even my friend? You need to have the kind of friend that is in your life promoting peace. They are not promoting chaos. They are not in the store with you, encouraging you to steal. Just imagine being in the store and your friend is poking at you and telling you, yeah, go steal this, go steal that. And then you guys walk out and they get caught and your friend walks out free. But they have sat there and they have encouraged you to take all of this stuff and take the rap for it. These are things, and obviously that could be me being too specific and too detailed, but these type of things happen in real life, and you have got to be mindful of the company that you keep, because these kind of friends will constantly have you in some shit. And I see it all the time, but you could really end up losing your life behind having a friend that encourages bad behavior. So here we are at number 6. This, I can honestly say, I have never personally experienced, but I'm pretty sure we all saw the same video of that girl pushing her friend in the pool in front of all those guys. Yeah, let's talk about it. So this is the friend that acts completely different in front of guys. Period, point blank, literally a different personality. Not the same person that you just spoke to before y'all walked in. Y'all did y'all lip gloss check. Y'all made sure y'all hair looked good. As soon as you walked in this facility, this building, this party, this club, whatever it was, this girl switched up. She's not the same person. And she all of a sudden began to act weird towards you in front of the guys. She starts to talk about you. So she might say something along the lines of, I don't know, I don't like how your hair really looks. I'm a mess. Or starts talking about your outfit. Just things that she had not said before. She might have told you you look cute when you guys were getting ready. Now all of a sudden you look like shit when you guys are around these guys. Yeah, I'm talking about that girl. This is the friend that literally seeks male validation. Everything in her life, once again, because let's come back to being male-centered, she is looking and craving and desiring that male validation. She needs it. This is how she thrives. Now, obviously, this comes from a deeply insecure woman. But listen, I'm telling you this because if you have the kind of friend that is willing to push you in the pool after you guys have probably spent hours getting cute, and as a girl, we all know it takes us some time to get cute. You push me in the pool and I already told you that I wasn't getting in the water, or better yet, you can't even swim, and she pushes you in the water and acts like it's no big deal. I'm going to need you to know right now that is not your friend. A lot of these other things that I've listed up until number 6 could be some things that you guys could have a discussion about and possibly work on. It happens. People grow up. We all make mistakes. I am not perfect, and I damn sure have never been a perfect friend. But you gotta know how to take constructive criticism. You gotta know how to grow. And at some point, we get older and it's like, you can't keep doing the same shit you were doing before. But if you have a friend that's willing to completely clown you in front of guys, it's time to cut that girl off. Coming in at number 5, you can feel how you want to feel. These are just my personal feelings and experiences with some of this stuff. But a friend that is possessive over you, meaning everything that you do, she gets jealous about. You can't even have another female friend without this specific friend feeling some kind of way, throwing shots at you, throwing shots at your other friend. Honestly, just being weird as shit. It's super uncomfortable, and it almost makes you feel like, especially if you're an adult dealing with this kind of friend, it makes you feel like you have to be secretive with your own friend. Like, you don't want to tell your friend that you're going out to brunch with somebody because you know that friend is going to treat you different or she's going to get weird. You don't want to tell this friend that you invited this other friend to hang out with you guys because you know she's going to sit there like this and not talk and have this like weird attitude. Listen, that to me, it is way deeper than what it seems like. And again, this specific issue, toxic trait that I'm talking about, this might not be able to be corrected with a simple conversation. There's a possibility that it could, but this is also one of those things that this person is deeply insecure. And there are other things that are going on, probably psychologically, with this person to act like this, because unless this person secretly likes you or has a crush on you, I can't understand why another woman would act so possessive and weird over her friend being cool with another friend. You can't do that. I understand having a little bit, like, jealousy is normal. It is when you actually begin to show that there is a whole problem. Like, your friend literally can't say anything about her other friend. She can't say she's going to hang out at all without you catching an attitude. If you have a friend that's that, you might want to consider not being their friend anymore, or having that discussion saying, listen, if you're going to keep doing this, I'm going to have to go over there because I can't keep doing this. Number 4. Whew, I got to breathe on this one. Number 4. This is the friend that tells you all of her other friends' business. And let me be very clear when I say this is not a situation of you are needing advice, right? Let's say you have multiple friends and you are going through an isolated situation with one of your closest friends, right? And then you have your other friend. You want to know, you guys, let's say you guys had a falling out. Let's say you guys had a disagreement. And you want to know if you were in the wrong, or you want to know somebody on the outside's perspective on what happened with you and this friend. I don't see anything wrong with that. And I've done it in the past for sure. Now, I'll be honest, I regret doing it. And it's something that I will never, ever do again. But I don't see necessarily anything wrong with you wanting to know where you could have made a mistake at, and just to see someone else's perspective. So we're not talking about this situation. We're talking about unsolicited. I'm about to just randomly tell you that my friend has some sort of incurable disease, or she just got diagnosed with breast cancer and she hasn't told anybody yet. She just got all of her kids taken away from her for no reason, or because she's a horrible mother. This is the kind of friend that you have got to know. If she is willing to tell you her other friend's business down to the deep, the dirty, disgusting, nasty details that she knows that girl would not want you to know, she is going to do the same thing to you. This is the friend that you absolutely 100% cannot trust. You cannot forgive them and think that they will not do it again. They are going to continue to do that, all right? This is who this person is, because there is nothing that would make me want to dog my friend out and tell their personal, deep, dark business, knowing that they don't want anybody to know it, just because I want to talk. This is just somebody that wants to gossip. This is somebody who is addicted to toxic behavior, and they are very impulsive, and they don't think. Because if you were using your brain, you would know that there is no way you should be telling your best friend's business like that, especially something like cancer, or that they're getting their kids taken away, or whatever that can possibly humiliate them. That is the friend that I need you to know right now. If she's telling you everything that's going on with Respucia or Shaquanda or Sarah or whatever, she's going to do the same thing to you. You have to cut that friend off immediately. And please, if this is a friend that you have right now, stop telling them your business starting today. So number 3, this is honestly bouncing back from number 4. This is the friend that the moment you guys have a disagreement, the moment you guys have a falling out, the moment there is something, this is the same friend that will run and become friends with your enemies. Meaning everybody that you guys both had a problem with, or you guys both talked about, or you just somebody that you honestly had a huge issue with, And this was your best friend. This was your ride or die. She knows the whole situation, blah, blah, blah. Now, because she's mad at you, she then went to go become friends with those same exact people. And guess what she's doing? Yeah. She is telling them everything that you said. She's not going to say everything that she said. And she's going to essentially trauma bond with this person or these people in spite of you because she is mad at you. And this right here is one of the most toxic women that you can ever come across in your life, because there is no way that I am holding on to that kind of information and waiting for us to fall out to go talk to your enemy just because I am mad at you. That right there is a very dangerous woman. I highly recommend that if you have a friend like this right now, you guys need to stop being friends immediately. I have learned this lesson many times in my life, and I will tell you that it is ugly, it is hurtful, it does not feel good, it is shameful, it is embarrassing, and you do not want to be in that cycle where you guys are constantly doing stuff like this, because at the end of the day, when you really think about it, look, you can forgive somebody all day, but when they show you that they are that kind of person, that they are willing to go talk to your absolute enemy, and somebody, what makes it even worse is it'll be somebody that they also might have not liked, but they will go purposely hang out and befriend this person just because they are mad at you. And before I get into my top 2, I want to be very clear about what I mean by trauma bonding and going to link up and become friends with your enemies. Listen, I have personally been in these situations. I know what it looks like from this side, from that side. I know exactly what it looks like. And there have definitely been situations where I have talked to people that I knew I shouldn't have talked to. But I can honestly say that I don't have the same kind of intentions as other people. For example, I have been in a situation where I was cool with somebody that I knew I should not have been cool with, just off of the circumstances alone, it being a weird dynamic. Shouldn't be hanging out with each other, but because this person apologized to me and because this person seemed genuine, I, being the gullible person that I am, I fell for it. And I got caught up in the cycle of wanting to be cool with them, but knowing that I shouldn't. And I paid the ultimate price for that. I kid you not. And this video isn't to be specific to anyone. This video is not to bash anyone that I am not connected with. But this video is simply me educating other women to not make the same mistakes that I have. Now, there have definitely been situations where I have been caught up with an individual that said and did some extremely foul things. And what I did end up doing was going to talk to somebody that has dealt with that person and also had the same experience. And what ended up happening was me and this person, we talked about it. We basically compared notes to say, okay, so you experienced that too? You experienced that too. This was probably not the person that we should have been talking to. Now, I look at that completely different than trauma bonding and saying, I am going to purposely become friends with this person and start hanging out with them and become best friends with them. No, I've never done that. But I see nothing wrong with you guys having a mutual person that you both had a really sticky, ugly situation with and wanting to compare the notes of what happened in the situation. Did you experience what I experienced? And making sure moving forward, hey, probably should leave this person in the past. I probably shouldn't deal with this person anymore. And of course, what comes along with that is obviously if you're comparing notes, you're going to end up letting them know, oh my gosh, she said A, B, and C about you. Then they end up letting you know she actually said this about you. And all of that stuff comes out. Look, this is girl shit. This shit happens. But I definitely feel like it is a huge difference to fall out with someone or disconnect with someone that did something bad to you or that just was not a good person. You left them alone and you ended up talking to somebody or coming in contact with somebody that dealt with the same exact thing and you wanted to compare your notes. I'm not saying go be best friends with this person. I'm not saying go hang out and start a life with this person. I'm saying, hey, you just want to know, did I have the same experience? I don't really see anything wrong with that. But when we were cool, right? We were actually close friends with each other. and we both dislike this person, or we both said this, and the moment that I choose to disconnect myself from you because I saw something in you that was not a good person, and the first thing you do is go connect yourself with people that are connected to me, or people that you know dislike me, just to dislike me with them, and do this thing to where you're ganging up and attacking. Completely different, because I'm not ganging up and I'm not attacking anybody, but the stuff that I have experienced is just absolutely disgusting. People that go out of their way to connect with people that they don't even know in real life, but they know that they don't like you, or they know that you don't like them, so they purposely try to befriend them, and it's not genuine. The difference between me talking to someone, asking them their experiences, and I'm not trying to befriend this person. I don't really have the intentions to go, they might end up being a really cool person, but my intentions are not to befriend them. My intentions are to gain information. I do want to get the notes, and I want to know, did I make the right choice by walking away from this person? Those are my intentions behind those situations. Versus somebody whose intentions are solely to become friends with somebody just because they know that it will get under your skin and make you mad. And it's messed up because, well, you're actually using and taking it, especially if that other person doesn't know you and you came out of the blue and you appear to look like a good person, but your intentions are literally, I know that you're beefing with somebody and I'm going to pretend to be your friend, and then I'm going to throw this person's name in there. Completely different situation, and I don't recommend doing that. Again, that is trauma bonding, and if you have a friend that does things like that, I highly suggest that you cut them off. Now that I've said all of that and I went on my soapbox, let's get into the top 2 toxic traits in friendships. Coming in at number 2. This one right here, I have experienced this many times in my lifetime. And I honestly hate it so much. But I realize at this point in my life, there's nothing I can do about that, right? Number 2 is the friend that copies everything that you do. They copy your hair. They copy your nails. They copy your hobbies. They copy your style. And here's the interesting thing about the friend that does this. They don't compliment you on any of these things, but then they will pop up with the exact aesthetic as you. I hate it. I hate it so bad. I'm sorry. It is not flattering to just outright copy off of somebody and then do it in a way that almost is, I didn't copy off of you. What are you talking about? I didn't know. This was my idea, or I did it first, or I guess we got the same style. No, ma'am, no, we do not have the same style. You do not wear things like that. I've never seen you wear that before up until you started hanging out with me. Or I never saw you care about this before up until you became friends with me. It's okay to be inspired, right? I will never say you cannot be inspired, but it's super weird when you literally are cool with somebody and they never compliment you on anything. They never ask you like nothing. And then all of a sudden they pop up and they have that exact same thing. And then when you say something about it, or there's no acknowledgement. There's not even a, yeah, you inspired me. It is just like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I did this, whatever. I'm sorry. The reason that came in number 2 is because I find it to be incredibly annoying. And I think that most women that have experiences can honestly say it's not flattering. We don't like that. Me and my best friend, who I will make a video about at some point. I don't know exactly how I'm going to break that down, but I had a best friend of 16 years that passed away in 2021. And I can tell you, she's still, I say it in present tense because she's still my best friend. She's still with me in spirit. I can honestly tell you that me and this girl, we had very similar style, but we had very different style. And I tell you, we never bit off of each other. And if we did do something similar, we talked about it. We literally talked about it, and it was never, ever weird. If she was like, I'm about to go get my lip pierced right here, I think you should do it. Okay, you want me to do it? Okay, I'm about to go do it. I like it. I think it's cute. It was never, I saw you go get your lip pierced. I didn't acknowledge it, and then I'm going to go get that same exact piercing, and I'm still not going to acknowledge yours. I'm just going to pop up with it. I don't know. It's just super weird to me. And like I said, I could speak on all of the women that have experienced this. We don't like it. So don't do that. So here it is. We have made it to number 1. And this one may or may not surprise you. So coming in at number 1, this is the friend that doesn't like your husband, doesn't like your boyfriend, honestly doesn't like any guy that you date. And no, we are not talking about the friend that is watching you be cheated on or is watching you be abused and she doesn't like the guy. Of course she doesn't like him. No, we're talking about the friend that no matter how good he is to you, she finds something to dislike about him. And let me tell you why this kind of thing happens. You might notice that you have the kind of friend that she's not happy with your life unless she's happy with her life, right? For example, say you had a friend that, say you were getting married, right? You were getting married and this was the happiest day, this is the biggest day of your life, and your friend does not show up to your wedding, or she says she got sick. Something just weird, like, just happened. What do you think that is about? You know what I'm saying? You got to think about stuff like that. And this is, I know personally somebody that has done something similar to this, not wanting to show up for your special moments. It's because they aren't married, or they don't have a man, or they don't have a good guy, and they don't have those same moments. And they feel like, I'm not going to be happy for you because I'm not happy for me. And they only are happy for you. They only are supporting you. And this literally all ties everything together. This is the friend that literally, her happiness is based off of how she treats you. And if she's unhappy, if she's insecure, if she's dealing with bad guys, she's never genuinely going to be happy for you. And that is not a real friend. That is so toxic. I have definitely seen this before. This is a real thing. You could have the prince from Princess and the Frog. Like, you could have that guy that is just, he's handsome. He has everything in life together. He treats you great. No, he's not perfect, because nobody's perfect. But this friend is going to pick him apart. And something else that you may or may not notice that I don't recommend any woman allow in her friendship is, do not let your friend disrespect your partner. I don't care what you feel like. I don't care what the situation is. It is not called for you to sit on the phone with me and call my man bees and all of these names because you're irritated by him. It's not okay. You don't ever want to disrespect your persons. I don't care if your friend is venting to you and she's sad about something. Tread lightly on disrespecting him. I'm one of those people that, listen, that's their situation. I can be upset. I can feel some kind of way, but you don't want to disrespect their partner. But you have to be mindful and be very careful of this kind of friend, because this is the kind of friend that could cause you and your husband or you and your boyfriend to break up with each other. And I almost guarantee that your husband or your boyfriend has already told you that is not your friend. Your man is always going to be able to peep who's really your friend and who's not. And I know this is a touchy subject, because then you have some guys that will do that as a form of manipulation, and they will see that your friend actually does love you and have your best interest, but because they can't pull the wool over your friend's eyes, they start to pull it over yours, and they will say that that's not your real friend, you should cut them off. And that's just a way to pull you in and control you. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about, listen, your man has seen the jealousy. He has seen the hatred. He has peeped everything. And he's giving you a warning to say, hey, this is not your real friend. And if you allow this stuff to fester and you allow your friend to continuously disrespect him, or always just have like animosity when you guys are all around each other, it's going to eventually explode, implode, and could cause your man to end up leaving you alone. And honestly, that's the whole point. She doesn't want you to be in a relationship. She wants to mess things up with you and this guy so you can be A, unhappy like her and be on the same wave, or you can be B, single like her and be on the same wave. So that was my top 10 most toxic traits in friendships. And I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that you go back, you rewind, you replay, listen to everything that I'm saying and learn from what I'm saying. In this video, it was not to be shady towards anybody at all, but it is me being completely honest and just telling you some of my experiences. I haven't experienced everything on here, but just being 33 years old, being somebody that has been in many friendships and experienced many different things, I've seen some people grow. I've seen some people not grow at all. It's possible that people do change, and again, sometimes they don't. But when you see some of these things, some of them are not able to be changed. This is just their character. This is who they will be. I don't want you to continuously be caught up in that cycle of friendship and go through what is essentially extremely miserable. And if you're anything like me and you have anxiety, nothing is worse than being on bad terms with your girlfriend and constantly knowing that you have told her your business, you told her literally your deepest, darkest secrets, and you feel like you have to be her friend, even though you know she's not shit. But you feel like you gotta be her friend because you know that the moment that you're not her friend anymore, she's literally going to either go click up with your enemy or she's gonna go tell all your secrets to the world. Nothing is worse than having that cloud over your head. So if you have this kind of friend, I suggest you go on ahead and figure it out right now and figure out how you're going to leave this friendship, because it is not worth it. And if you're dating and if you're married or in a relationship, this is not the kind of friendship that you want to continuously have in your life. So I hope that this video means something to somebody. I hope that you guys learn from this, learn from my mistakes, and just honestly cut that bitch off. If you have watched this far, I just want to say thank you. I truly appreciate it. I'm still new to YouTube, but I definitely appreciate you watching this. I appreciate everybody that is supporting me on this new journey. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would mean everything to me. So thanks again, guys. Peace.